Hello children, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Priya teacher, and today I am going to teach you science subject for 6th class. So children, we discussed about air in our previous lesson. So today we are going to start our new lesson, which is lesson number 16, garbage in and garbage out. So in this lesson we are going to learn about what is mean by garbage and how we have to take care that we do not throw garbage anywhere, and also some substances or some type of garbage we are going to how we can recycle it and how we can reuse it. There's all these concepts we are going to learn in this lesson. This lesson is not for examination, so we are going to discuss in short here. So let us start garbage in and garbage out. So garbage. So what is mean by garbage? So what is mean by garbage? Waste expelled from houses, shops, schools, hotels, offices, markets, etc. So whatever waste is there, so this waste is expelled. Expel it means thrown out. Okay, so that expelled, it means thrown out. So we are going to throw out those things which is not useful for us at home, or we can say in our shops, in schools, hotels, offices, market. So whatever waste is there, that waste we are going to throw out, and this waste is called as a garbage. So now next point, which factors are thrown from houses, shops, then hotels, schools, we will see, and these things which are there in a garbage, thrown in a garbage. So here some pictures of these substances are given, or of these things are given here. In first picture you can see, so this is waste of sharpened pencil, then polythene bag you can see here, then water bottle which is made up of plastic, then some waste of fruits, ripened fruits you can see here, then, or we can say kitchen waste is there, then boxes, tickets, okay. Some wrappers are given here of chocolates, Cadbury's, and here you can see a tin of a Coca-Cola or cold drink we can say. Then next it is an old shoe, some here it is a dried grass, then some toys are here, some other shoes are here. Then kitchen waste you can see here, so old clothes are so this is the waste, some utensils which are not useful now, and some tin boxes are you can see here, so these tin boxes are also not useful. So these are some things which we throw every day from our home also, and from any shops, schools, hotels. These things are thrown as a waste. Okay, so this is nothing but it is a garbage. So waste like these things, it is called as a garbage. Now there are two types of waste. So we saw different types of things as a garbage, but this garbage is classified into two types. So in two types we classify them. First it is a decomposing, and second it is a not decomposing. Okay, so what is the difference in between these two types of waste? So decomposing it means this is going to decompose, or these are going to separate into the simpler form by microorganisms in soil. So that is called as a decomposition. and not decomposition or not decomposing, it means they cannot separate or they cannot destroy totally. Okay, whatever molecules are there which are going to form these substances or these things, these substances are not going to destroy totally. So we can't destroy them totally, and if we will try to destroy them by burying or by burning, so they are going to change into a harmful substances. So that is why it is called as these substances are decomposing and not decomposing. So which substances or which type of a waste is decomposing here? So this is sharpened waste of a sharpened pencil. Then some papers are given here. Paper is a decomposing waste. You can see nutshells here. So these are decomposing. Okay, so used fruits. Okay, so these are some waste of used fruits or kitchen waste, we can say. So this is also a decomposing waste. Or vegetable, when we are going to throw a vegetable, we are going to use leaves of a vegetable and we are going to throw stems of these vegetables. It is a kitchen waste. So this is also a decomposing. Now not decomposing. So plastics are not decomposing, tin boxes are not decomposing. Again here some shoes are made up of plastics or leather, we can say, or this is a plastic phone here, fiber phone here, plastics. Straws are here, then wrappers which are made up of from the plastic again. So these are not decomposing. So put decomposing waste in green dustbin and put non-decomposing waste in a blue dustbin. So on this basis that they are totally destroyed or not, we can't say here destroy, but we have to say these wastes are decomposed and these some wastes are not decomposed. So what we have to do, you saw that when municipalities are going to take take garbage from our home, they are always saying or they are always telling to us, instructing us that we should have to separate, we should have to keep this decomposing and non-decomposing waste in two different dustbins. Also they gave us these types of dustbins, green in color and blue in color, freely to each and every family who are living there in cities. Okay, so for this purpose they are given here. Which purpose? So we should have to keep whatever garbage at our home, we should have to keep it separately. Okay, so how we have to keep it? So in green dustbin we should have to keep a decomposing waste, and in blue dustbin, we have to keep a non-decomposing waste. So like this we have to separate, we have to keep separate garbage dustbins. Now dealing with garbage. So why this is given? Sort out the waste that cannot be decomposed and from these separate the useful materials. So when we are going to separate decomposing and non-decomposing waste, we should have to see or sort out waste from the decomposed again, and which are useful substances, they should have to be separate from these materials. So are you thinking that if it is a waste, then how it is useful? Okay, so don't think more, I will tell you that how it is, that useful things are also we can find in a waste or in a garbage. So see, these types of things which we can use, or these are called as a useful material. So some tin boxes are there, this is a paper, okay, which is used, but this also we can reuse or recycle. So that is why, and here we can see a plastic bottle. So this plastic bottle also we can recycle or reuse. So because of this, these things are called as useful materials from wastes. Okay. So that is why it is given that whenever we are going to separate decomposing waste and composing waste, also from this decomposing and composing waste we can separate or we can sort out some useful materials like this. Okay. Now next, dispose the useless non-decomposing materials in landfills. So we separated or we sorted out whatever useful material is there. So that means plastic, then papers and tin boxes we are going to separate or we are going to sort out. But what we do with the non-useful things, okay, or what we can do with non-decomposing materials in garbage or from the waste. So what we have to do, dispose the useless non-decomposing materials in landfills. Okay, so we have to dispose the useless non-composing here. So this is a picture of landfill, and here a figure it is given here, or an image it is given here, how exactly landfill is structured. Okay, so see, this is a landfill picture, or you can say an image of a landfill. So what means by landfills? Landfills are area where the garbage collected from a city is buried. So when these municipalities are going to take garbage from our home, they are going to bury that garbage in an area. Okay, there is a region or there is an area where they are going to bury all the garbage taken from the cities. Okay, and they are collecting and they are going to bury all these garbage. So that region or that area, it is called as a landfills. So landfills are area where the garbage collected from a city is buried. So here you can see the municipality who collected garbage. It is going to throw that garbage in this area, and this area it is known as a landfill. So decomposing waste can be put in decomposed pits. So we will talk about the decomposing waste, but before that I am going to tell you that what they are going to do with this garbage here in landfills. So that garbage, what is there in a landfill, you can see here a topsoil cap, then methane gas it is given here, it is a whale, here it is a whale, then clay liner, then leachates here it is given. So what they are going to do, so they are going to cover all this garbage which is there in a landfill or on a landfill. They are going to cover it with the soil. Okay, and for so many days they are going to keep like this. Again they are going to add soil, and then after some years or after some months they are going to see, or whatever non-decomposable material is there, that is going to be under the soil. Okay, and then they are going to make here any garden or any other type of area which is useful for the persons for exercise or for their, we can say for their children. They are going to make them to a ground. Okay, so for their children for playing they are going to make a ground here. So like this, these landfills are converted into gardens or the area where their children can play and some senior citizens can spare their times. Okay, now next, decomposing waste can be put in compost pits. So converting plant and animal waste into manure using earthworms is called vermicomposting. So what is done with decomposing waste? So decomposing waste be put in compost pits. So this is a compost pit. This is a rectangular maybe, or this can be another shape. So this is called as a compost pit. And in these compost pits, decomposing waste we are going to put. So converting plant and animal waste into manure using earthworms is called as a vermicomposting. And whatever decomposing waste is there, we are going to put it into the decomposting pit, and also we are going to add some earthworms in that composting pit, and after that adding that earthworms into decomposing waste into the decomposing pit, these earthworms are going to decompose that waste, and we will get a manure. So this manure is used for the growth of plants in farms. Okay, so like this we can convert plant and animal waste into manure with the help of earthworms, and this process is called as a vermicomposting. Then burning waste pollutes air, don't do that. So when we will go for burning of waste, it will cause pollution. So that is why we should not have to burn whatever waste is there. We do not go for burning. Now next, vermicomposting. So vermicomposting, method of preparing compost using earthworms, that is called as a vermicomposting. And in this picture, this is nothing a blank or empty composting pit you can see. So dig a pit or take a wooden box. So if you are not having that much money, so you can also go for digging a ground or area from a land, and you can make a pit there, or you can take a wooden box also as a decomposing pit, and spread a net or mesh at the bottom. Okay, so you have to spread a net here and spread sand also, and after that you have to spread sand on that net. Then spread vegetable waste leaves. So after that you have to spread whatever vegetable waste is there and leaves are there of plants, that you have to spread on that. Then sprinkle water, and after spreading that vegetable waste and leaves, or we can say decomposed waste, we can spread on that sand. And again after that we should have to sprinkle water and do not press the waste. So only we should have to sprinkle water and don't press the waste. After next to this, put earthworms and cover them with a gunny bag. Okay, so again we should have to put earthworms into that pit. See how we can decompose garbage. First we have to take a wooden box, then we should have to keep or put a net on that, then we should have to spread sand on that, then we can spread the decomposing waste, and we should have to sprinkle water, and then we should have to put earthworms in that pit. And then after 3-4 weeks, earthworms turn the waste to manure, and we should have to keep these things in a composting pit for 3 to 4 weeks. And after 3 to 4 weeks, earthworms turn the waste into the manure. Okay, here you can see the picture of earthworm, and these earthworms are going to turn whatever decomposing waste is there into the manure. And in his hand you can see this is nothing but the manure which is converted by these earthworms. So this is manure, and from which it is made up of? From the decomposing waste. Earthworms converted decomposing waste into the manure, and you can see this picture here. Now next, vermicomposting. See here, this is another box, or this is another composing pit. You can see here decomposing pit, and also you can see some grasses are covering that waste, whatever waste or garbage is there, decomposing garbage is there. And precautions. So what precautions you have to take? So do not put salt, vinegar, oil, meat, milk, etc. So when you are going to do vermicomposting by your own, then you should have to take precautions. So do not put salt, vinegar, oil, meat, milk. So when you are going to use any decomposing waste or garbage, that time be careful that you are not adding salt, vinegar, oil, meat, milk into that. Okay, so that this precaution you have to take. Then avoid too much hot and cold surroundings. So you should take care that whatever surroundings is there, so that temperature is not too much hot and not too much cold. And then mixture must be loose for proper aeration. So don't press that waste or don't press that mixture, that it will not get air and it will impossible to pass air from that. So you should have to take care that mixture must be looser for the proper aeration. Here red worms are shown. Okay, so these red worms are a very important living organism in a vermicomposting. So these are the living organisms which can convert decomposing garbage or waste into the manure in very good quality. Now next, recycled paper. So recycled paper bags. So in our school we learn about these things. Okay, which these things, that we can make different types of bags with the help of papers. Okay, so we learn in our school, we done this activity in our school, that we can prepare or we can make any type of a bag from the waste paper. Okay, so that we learn. So this is called as a recycling of paper, because we are going to use that waste paper for any other purpose or to make other things. So that is why this is called as a recycled paper bags or recycling of paper. Now next, advantages of plastics. So used to make many useful materials in a day-to-day life. So this plastic is used make many useful materials in day-to-day life. Okay, so in our daily life we are using this plastic for making different types of things. Here you can see some toys are here, some gloves are here which are used in a boxing, which are used for washing utensils, which are used to hold when we can use these gloves when we are going to travel by bike for a long distance. That time we can use these types of gloves. And here you can see the plastic nets are there, some plastic chairs are there, some plastic pipes are there, toys are there. So why we are using plastic? Because they are lightweight, they are not heavy, we can handle them easily, they are strong. If they are going to use a lot of time or daily, then also they will not broken down or break down. So that is why they are strong, and also they are colorful. Okay, so in many colors we can get these things, plastic things. So that is why this is the reason. Then cheap, they are also not that much. We don't need to pay a large amount for these plastics or plastic things. Okay, so these are cheap, these things are cheap, they are not having a high price. That is why we are going for these things. Then easy to transport, and easily we can transport from one place to another. So that is why we are using plastic in a large amount, or we are going for to buy all these types of things. Now next, disadvantages. Though there are some advantages of plastics, but there are also disadvantages of plastic. What disadvantages of these plastic? It is plastic waste can block drains. So when it will thrown out as a waste, they can block drains. Plastic enter into the digestive system of the animals, can kill them. Here in this picture you can see this bird have eaten plastic things, and because of that it dies. And when we dissect this bird's stomach, that time we saw that some plastic things are there which are reason for the killing this bird. So plastic, when it enters through the digestive system of animals, they can kill them. We know that animals don't know that which thing is useful for their digestion and which is not. Only human beings can classify the things as it is harmful or it is not. So animals are not aware of all these things. That is why they are going for eat these things, and they are suffering from these things. Some plastics are toxic. Plastics waste that destroy the place. Some plastics are toxic. When we are going to keep any food item in the plastic containers, then it will cause a chemical reaction there, and because of that, the food, whatever toxic plastics are there, they are going to make that food into toxic substance or toxic food. So that is why it will affect on our health. So plastic waste do not decompose. And one more most important disadvantage, it is these things cannot decompose, so it is difficult to dispose plastic waste. So it is impossible or very difficult to decompose and dispose these types of things. Then plastics inside the digestive system of birds. See here, this is the dead bird, and in his stomach you can see how many plastic things are there which eaten by that bird, and because of that maybe it was died. Then tips to remember: use minimum plastics, reuse the plastic. So to avoid these types of things, what we have to do? So we should go for minimum plastics, and also we should have to reuse. So here in this picture you can see this guy is going to convert or change or make a sweep here by this plastic bottle. Okay. Then next, reuse of plastic. Again you can see here it is here a sprinkling bottle. We can see here it is made up by the plastic bottle. Then use paper cloth jute bags instead of plastic bags. Okay, so this is the use of cloth jute bags and instead of plastic bag. So we know nowadays we are going in market, but we are using jute bags or cloth bags. We are not using in plastic bags, and also these plastic bags are banned by our Prime Minister. Okay, so to avoid or to minimize this whatever pollution is there for this purpose. Then next, do not store food in the plastic bags. Also whatever food we are going to store in a plastic bag, it is going to change into a harmful substances, so that is why we don't have to store it. So do not throw or burn plastics. So also we don't have to throw plastic, and also do not burn. So when we will burn plastic, it will change into a harmful or toxic substances, toxic gases. So that is why it is going to cause pollution, and it can block drains when we will throw in a river or in a dams or in a streams or anywhere where we are going to for traveling. So that time we don't throw. Because of this, it can block drains, cause pollution, and be eaten by the animals. Okay, so it will be harmful for these animals. Then do not put garbage in plastic bags and throw away. So when we are going to put garbage in plastic bags and we are going to throw that garbage with these plastic bags, again it will cause same things which we discussed previously. Like this, it will cause drain and then it will cause pollution. Then do vermicomposting. So vermicomposting, worms are gardener's best friend. So by vermicomposting they are going to make manure, but sometimes in farm or in agriculture we can see earthworms are there in a crops or in a soil, and these earthworms are going to make that soil fertile, and it will cause or it will give us a well developed and well grown crops. Then generate less waste, follow proper the practice of waste disposal. So what is the best way or what is the proper practice of waste disposal? So there are 4 ways to proper disposal of waste. Which one? It is reduce. So what we have to reduce? So use of plastic bags and plastic things we should have to reduce. Then reuse. So when we are going to throw that plastic things, before that we should have to think that which way we can use these plastic things or paper things or wooden things, we should have to think, and then we have to reuse. Then recycle. So for recycling we can give the tin boxes, then plastic boxes and also papers into these shops which are collecting the things for the recycling. And recover. For recover again we can give these things. It means we should have to make that quality, and we should have to produce such types of things which are not going to convert into a decomposing things. Okay, so these are the 4 ways: reduce, reuse, recycle and recover. So in such a way we can manage the garbage disposal. Okay, so children, we discussed here garbage in and garbage out. So we learned here what is meant by garbage and how we have to dispose it, how we have to separate green, we can say decomposing garbage and non-decomposing garbage, and why should we have to separate it. All these things we learned today. So we will stop here. Thank you.